everybody. Thrashcast has returned. We were off last week, but we're back at it here for episode 75. And we're going to be covering more like modern thrash. So we're looking at Evile Enter the Grave from 2007. So it should be an interesting talk. I like talking about the modern stuff. We don't really do a lot of it here. We tend to stick to the classics, but why not? They're a great band. Before we start, though, I just wanted to usher in my partners here, Jim and Billy. How you guys both doing tonight?
All good.
Great.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we will be talking about Evile. So this is episode 75. But before we get to that, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping here for the site. Again, you can find this right on YouTube. You can find this at the website, which is www.horrormetalsounds.com. You can also find us on Spotify, TikTok, and Rumble. So we're all over the place. We're doing well. We're well over 10,000 subscribers, and I think 10,300, which is
Nice.
pretty good. We're getting up there. The last couple episodes for Thrashcast have done well. The Metallica one's doing really well. And even both Testament and Coroner are still climbing. So I'm looking at
Good.
this news and they're still going up, and they're in a race. They're technically almost like tied. Every week I'm looking, oh, one goes up, one goes up. So it's great that people
And,
still
and,
want to
and
go back.
spoiler alert, I bet both those albums will be talked about on our best of show, probably.
That's right, Jim.
That's a safe
Oh,
bet.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So so before we start, I guess we'll get into what we normally our first segment of the night, which is our news and our spinning items. And Jimmy, why don't you lead us off tonight?
I don't really have anything. I haven't bought anything, believe it or not. Very
Ooh,
limited. I bought like Ozzy Osbourne tribute because it was on
right?
sale. I bought an Arch and Mathos album
Oh,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
right into going through a big Fates Warning kind of thing. But I did pick up tickets for the Halifax show for
Yeah.
Megadeth, Anthrax, and
Yes,
Exodus.
sir.
And I am
Awesome,
so
dude.
excited in March
I'm so happy
because
for you.
holy cow, man, this is like a dream lineup in my mind. I mean, all three bands are going to have new albums out
Yep.
hopefully sooner than later. You know, Megadeth drops on January 23rd. And then we've got Anthrax is already, I guess, the mixing's complete. I read something.
Yeah,
And I
I got a
believe
little story on that.
okay, cool. And I believe Exodus has enough to release two albums.
Two
So
albums.
hopefully
Yeah.
they'll get an album out before. But I mean, I'm just excited that I saw Megadeth 2 years ago and they were killer. But they had, they always have shitty openers. Like I think it was Bullet for My Valentine. I don't even know who they
Yeah.
were. I didn't even watch. I watched one song and I was like, but I mean, Anthrax I saw in '91, I think, for the Persistence of Time tour opening for Maiden, 90 or 91, and oh my god, they blew my mind. I can't
That's the
wait.
last time you saw them, Jim?
That's the last time I saw them.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Holy
can't wait. So, and I've
cool.
never seen Exodus, and Dukes,
Yeah, that's just
Zetro.
great.
I just want to see Exodus. I don't care who's singing, but this is going to be like I will be glued to my. I just cannot wait because I mean those are three acts that you don't want to even miss 1 second of anything. It'll be.
Oh, hell no, dude.
And I'm thinking about getting tickets maybe to go to Moncton. I think the Moncton show's the day earlier, so it's weird. They go to Halifax first, then they go backwards to
Okay.
Moncton and Quebec City. So who knows? I have my in-laws are in Moncton, so maybe I'll nip up there the day after or something and watch it again.
That's
Oh, that's
cool.
great. I used to do that
Awesome.
all the time, right? Like in Toronto, go to Montreal, or in Philly, go to New
Yeah.
York. Like, yeah, if you could catch them twice, do it. Yeah.
And it's such a good thrash. Like this is thrash, 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 and so many people.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had
great.
people all over the world texting me, "You have to get tickets." I'm like, "Oh, I got tickets. I got tickets," and they're all like, "Jimmy, you've complained about no acts going," and like a lot of my European friends are like, "This is way better than the lineups we get for Megadeth." I mean, Megadeth was just over there opening for Disturbed.
Yeah, I saw
So,
that.
and
Yeah.
Disturbed has all that shit around them. So, they were like, ah, man, we didn't like a lot of my friends were like, we don't want to see Disturbed, but we want to go see Megadeth. So, and then all my friends in the US are saying, we're really hoping this tour, this lineup continues down south. So,
Cool.
And then you guys,
American band.
you guys get this lineup pretty much with Iron Maiden in the summer.
Iron Maiden, yes.
Anyways, that's all I got, Ken. Pretty basic for me.
No problem. What about you, Billy?
Well, yeah, I got a couple of things, and I have so many things that I bought this week that I'll break them down and not show it all.
Cool.
But you mentioned the Exodus album, so I was reading this week. Gary Holt said in the interview the target date is March 20th,
Nice.
2026 for the new album. So
Okay.
plus or minus a week. So it looks like we still got a few months to go on that front.
Cool.
And then just, Sodom being one of my favorite bands, I have to talk about the new deluxe vinyl reissue, Forget What You Deserve. I mean, it's not one of their best albums, but for those vinyl freaks, that's incredibly hard to get. So that's cool.
Right.
They've got the whole thing, 5 LPs, a DVD, the whole works is in there, and it's cool. For those that might remember, it had like a violent artwork on the cover, and they've redone the artwork, so it actually is the mascot, the guy in black, pulling his mask.
Okay.
So that's
cool.
really different. The new artwork is really cool. So yeah, I for the life of me, I don't know. Like there still has never been in the history of Persecution Mania a vinyl reissue since the OG was released in
Yep,
87.
that's right.
To this day,
That's
it's
weird.
never been redone on vinyl, like 40 years or whatever. Like that's just insane. And then they go and do Get What You Deserve. I assume there's some label issue with Persecution Mania, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Or they're just saving it for something. But that makes, you're right. Like, holy cow. I mean, I agree with you 100%. That needs to be a reissue. And they did Tapping the Vein, in the fall.
But this deluxed out like that, they're doing that treatment, which was amazing treatment. Forget What You Deserve. Like it seems like a lot for one of their lesser albums, I would say. But oh well, what the hell can you do? And then in terms of purchases, I guess I'll show this. Like I'm totally engulfed in this.
Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah.
So this is the new Decibel and David Gelke book. I love the artwork, right? What's his name did this? Who did their first two albums? I'm having a mind blank.
It's Repka, isn't it? Yeah,
it's Repka. Yeah. So the pictures Repka that's drawn, but all the albums are in the background. It might not.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice touch.
But yeah, it's like 500 pages, but I'm like probably 50 in and I'm already like totally riveted to the story.
Nice.
So yeah, I think anyone who's like a Chuck and Def fan, which you got to.
Did you order that online, Billy?
Yeah, I ordered it. Like it comes from the US. Unfortunately, you're shit out of luck. You got to pay 40 US shipping.
Oh, geez.
And the book weighs a ton, right? It's like the new Voivod book. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And shipping has increased so much that but I had to have it. So
of course.
No, that's wicked.
And then Record Store Day was last Friday, so got everything I wanted there.
Wicked.
Which was the Municipal Waste I was missing on vinyl. It's kind of middle of the pack, probably 09 or 10. Massive, aggressive. So that's cool. And then I mean, everyone loves Sabbath, and I like jazz, so I had to get Jazz Sabbath, their live album. So basically, jazz musicians playing Sabbath tunes, which is cool. This is probably not for everybody, but Van Halen, it's an early 90s live album. So I'm one of the guys who way prefer Sammy Hagar. So this was like something I really wanted to get. I don't like David Lee Roth, so.
Well, I love David.
I'm pro Roth.
Well, I mean, it's not the first time myself disagrees with you guys, so that's kind of common. Like I like old albums.
I like Montrose.
Huh?
I like Montrose.
Yeah, Montrose is good.
And they just had Record Store Day. They had a live album.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, like I like all the early Van Halen
Yeah.
albums, and
Yeah,
Eddie's
yeah. Okay.
amazing. I just prefer vocally, like Sammy. And then when I
That's fair
was
enough.
roaming around the record store, I came across an original vinyl,
Oh, nice.
Pleasures of the Flesh. So that was
Yeah,
Yeah.
great album.
um, and then the maybe one more, which is massive. This is
Oh,
the
Motley
giant
Crue.
Molly Crew Theater of Pain box set. So you get the
Okay.
remastered album, you get
Right.
like a 86 live show on 2 vinyl, you get all the demo on another vinyl, and one of the most beautiful picture books. It's like 80 pages of all the tour. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
I much prefer the albums that came before this, but I'm
Sure.
still a big fan of this. This was still
I like this album. I
this
actually
was
like
still
this
a
album
part of
quite a
my
bit.
youth. So
Yeah.
obviously they changed their look and the whole glam thing came out here, but
Yes.
I still think there's some really good material on there.
I think that's pretty cool, but yeah, I hate the album. But I think the box set is cool. I saw Nikki Sixx opening it online, and it was looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I know they
Cool.
did a good job. Also, this is better than the last they did. A Shout at the Devil.
Yeah,
I bought that one too. Like this is actually much better in terms of the extras and quality.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's it for me. I
Hey
got a
Ken,
bunch
Cool.
more stuff, but I'll save it for next week.
hey Ken.
Yeah.
Record Store Day. What I read online is, and they've released it on CD in full on. So this year in Record Store Day, they did a lot of releasing on CD. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
they're not
That's
limited
cool.
quantities, which kind of
Okay.
sucks on some of them. So, but the Alice Cooper "Welcome to My Nightmare" live apparently is, everybody I've talked to are like, you have to get it if you're an Alice Cooper fan. Apparently, it's amazing, really, really well done, and they've got a full release on CD, and it's not limited.
Oh, cool. I'll have
Yeah,
to look for it.
yeah,
I'll definitely look for that. I like that album quite a bit.
yeah. People are
Welcome
raving
to-
about it online.
Really?
Saying,
Okay.
yeah,
I've actually not read any reviews about it, but thanks for the tip.
yeah.
I saw a few CDs at Sonic Boom where I went on Record Store Day, but
Right.
I didn't go through them, so I don't know what they had.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was there on Saturday, and I wasn't even totally thinking about Record Store Day,
Yeah.
which is funny.
Well, they said it was. I mean, you got some great stuff there, Billy, which is pretty cool. But they said
Yeah.
that it's kind of like they're doing a lot of. There was so many, I think, 300 titles, but many of them were pre-Record Store Day releases that they've re-released. So a little bit lazy for some of them, and I guess like they went with more, like probably 15 to 20% CDs as well as the albums. Like usually there's no CDs usually. And they said that it was not as, like, they don't have the really limited numbers for a lot of the stuff, which a lot of collectors are after. So
Yeah, it was interesting. This is always a small one. Like this is actually small though.
yeah, that's right. The one in the
Like,
spring.
yeah, this is the Black Friday one. The one in
Yeah.
April is the massive one, right? That's where the diehard collectors show.
Yeah, beginning of summer or almost summer, but yeah.
Yeah. That's their main one, right? This is just like jumping on Black Friday. They have like a third of the releases.
And I read that the Doors one, which I'm a Doors fan, and wanted
Yeah,
the
me
live
too.
album. I
Yeah.
heard it was terrible. Don't buy. They
Was
said
it?
don't buy it. Yeah,
Oh,
he said it's
okay.
the mix on it. Well, it would be probably it's live from 19. I can't even remember what year. And the mix fades out, and you turn it up, and then it fades,
Shit.
blasts back in, and it's really hard to listen to, I guess. And I
Really?
like all the Death live albums that are really, they're pretty raw, but I guess this is unlistenable to some degree. It's what people
Well,
have been
that's too
saying.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
But you never know whenever whether it be a metal band, a jazz band, or rock, classic rock. I mean, they're releasing this stuff that's never been released before.
Right.
But half the time to get that material, it sounds like crap too, though.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off.
You're scraping the bottom of the barrel in
Yeah.
some cases. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'll shed some light on the Anthrax thing. So Charlie posted on social media last week, and I don't know, maybe he's just being kind of a goof. He says, "We completed mixing the new album, and it's a doozy. So the working title is "Hey, Go Fuck Yourself," and it's a very
Really?
New York album. You can grab a slice and walk around and listen to it while eating. Oh yeah, David Grohl is our new singer. And he goes, "There's only one true thing about what I just said, and that was the fact that they completed mixing the album." So it's like, haha, Charlie, funny. So they kind of made a big joke of, well, he made a big joke about it. So, but there's no date, official date or when it's coming out, but that's about the best you can get out of it.
Well, I would say the spring. If they're going on tour, they're going to want to support it to some degree. I
I
mean,
would assume so. Yeah, if they're going to be
yeah.
touring with Megadeth, I would assume they would have something up. But
And Anthrax is going to Australia. They're doing 5 dates,
yes,
and like they've really got like they're really this. They'll start releasing singles. I bet in February, probably one in the winter, and then start for maybe a early summer.
I thought there'd be one already out. To be honest,
Yeah, same with me.
I thought for sure you'd get one single,
Yeah.
but oh well, that's what he said. So it was like, all right, funny, but whatever. I guess.
Well, if they're
Would,
smart, they
would they
wait till
even
Megadeth's
release it?
finished.
What's that, Bill?
Would they even release it at the end of December with like everyone on holiday? Like they
I don't
probably
think so.
January now.
I don't. I doubt nothing is going to come out until.
Yeah.
I would think. For me, I'm thinking like spring, April, March, or maybe late February, maybe something. But
Well, you got Creator coming out in January. You got
yes,
Megadeth, one of the big four, coming out in
yes,
late January. If
yes.
I was them, the week after, I'd throw a single out. Like, and then it'll turn from Megadeth, oh yeah, to the big four to then it'll just switch right to Anthrax, and they'd be smart to kind of do that. I think.
I have a feeling it's not going to be out until February.
No, yeah.
That's what I think.
But that would be good. I mean, then you got the whole Megadeth out of your system. People be looking for everybody who bought the Megadeth will want to buy the Anthrax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not fighting for it.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And when's the Creator? January?
16th, I think.
Yeah,
Early
middle of
January.
January. Yeah. So it's coming. It's coming. Slowly but surely. We're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week I guess I have the show and tell for stuff that I bought over the last couple of weeks. So I don't know if you guys are fans or know of Slotheg, the Lord Weird Slotheg.
Yeah,
No,
I know.
no.
I've seen them a few times at festivals.
You saw them?
Yeah.
Okay, you've seen them live, Billy?
Yeah.
Okay. I love this band. This band is one of my favorite bands. Very kind of, I guess it's heavy metal, but there's a very
They're
close
unique.
comparison to Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
They have a very kind of very harmonic style. You should check them out, Jim. I know you're a Lizzy fan. You might.
Yeah, I love Thin Lizzy.
You might like these guys. I guess some people think of them more as a cult band. I don't know if you think that way, Billy, but
It seems like based on like it's just a small group seems so passionate about the band.
yeah,
So I guess that's not a bad way to describe the fan base.
a cult. Yeah. That's kind of what I
don't
describe them. This is their 2003 album Traveler, which is based on a role-playing game. So it's got a very kind of sci-fi kind of theme to it, but a lot of really, really good harmonies with the music. This is a really, really good band. I love these guys. I got this at Sonic Boom. I was like, it's the one I was missing from my collection, and I was like, holy shit. So I grabbed it right away as soon as I saw it was there. And then this past week, I went in on Saturday after Record Store Day, and I picked up Edge of Sanity, the second album. Apparently, as Billy was mentioning when we were talking over the weekend, that someone, I guess, sold their heavy metal collection. So there was like everything, death metal. There was all kinds of stuff there. So I actually found this. And when I got there, I was around 3 in the afternoon. And there was like, I saw people like mad with huge stacks of CDs in the new release, like in the new CD, old used CD section. It's crazy.
Well, I bought 12
You bought 12?
CDs early that morning at Open.
Okay. I got one. This is all I got.
Well, there was nothing left. There were like all these long-haired metal guys, like with their hands full. Like everyone had their hands full of CDs.
Yes. Yeah, I know. And it's like everything I saw there, I already owned. So it was like, I have this.
Yeah, a lot was, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I grabbed this, and I don't have this Edge of Sanity album. It's not bad. It's their second album, early '90s death metal. I like it. It's actually pretty cool. I like the cover in this one.
Yeah.
And then I picked up. This is kind of funny. I picked up an album that I've lost. I've got two albums. I must have some kind of like a CD thief in my apartment because I've got CDs that are now missing and I can't find. So this was one of them, King Crimson, and the
Oh
Wicked
wow,
Side in the second album, which I
great album.
own, but it's missing. So I got this for like at Paramusic. I was telling Billy we're talking about Paramusic in Toronto. It has a new location downtown, so I got that for $10, which was great. Pretty happy about that. And then I was another album that suddenly went missing and I can't find it is Stupid Mob Rules,
Oh yeah,
which is my favorite Black Sabbath album, one of my favorites.
it's one of my
And
favorites.
I was like, where did it go? I have no idea where it went to.
Well,
So
you're going to find all these
Yep.
like the week after you rebuy them.
of course,
That's
of
always
course.
the way.
Oh yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. But I got this at Sonic Boom, and it was in the used section. So I was like, oh, grabbing that because I don't have it. So yeah, so it was my turn for like getting CDs this week. But
You know what? I'm going through my CDs and I found two Def Leppard, the album 10, and I don't even remember buying one. Like, and I have two copies. One had fallen in behind. I'm like, oh, there's CDs back here. How do I have two of these? I don't even think I've ever listened to it.
that's so weird.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like that. You own so much crap, you don't even know what you have anymore.
Well, I owned Ingve, or I bought Ingve Trilogy. I was like, oh yeah, $8, I'm gonna buy it. And then I got home and I was like, shit, I've got it. Like, it's under M. What the hell's wrong with me? It's like, it's like that all the time.
Always the
I
case.
do it too. Yeah.
Billy's right. I'm gonna probably find these CDs
Oh yeah.
because I'm missing like Van Halen 1984. I don't know where that went to. OU1812 by Van Halen. Like these albums, I love to death. They're all great
Yeah.
albums. Like where the hell did they go? Even with my Door CDs, I was missing like L.A. Woman. I mean,
Oh
where the
wow.
hell? Like I'm just it's so annoying. I'm going like I had and Queen. I love Innuendo and I love The Miracle. Those the last two albums that they did, I love them both.
Yeah.
But I was missing The Miracle. I'm like, where did The Miracle go to? And I know I got it, and I love that album. I listen to it quite often. So I don't know. I guess that's the trouble with being a collector with stuff. Sometimes you just lose things.
Yeah. It's somewhere in there.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I bet you, like Billy said, one day I'll find
Yeah.
it. Oh, there it is. I was looking for it. Oh well. What can you do? All right. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Evile.
Nice. I love that album cover.
Oh yeah, I love this album cover too. It's so great. Enter the Grave. That'll be our talk tonight. So we'll start with some questions. I have a couple. We'll keep it simple. I the first question I was reading about this, and I know they hired Fleming Rasmussen, Metallica and the band. I mean, technically, Evil were a Metallica cover band when they first started out before they went into writing their own material. So Fleming was hired, and according to Matt Drake, it was a joke. They didn't really intend to hire him. They just sent them for shits and giggles their demo CD. And apparently he got back to them and was like, yeah, I'll do it. So supposedly the label got involved, Earache. And then next thing you know, they hired him to do the album. So, I mean, I guess, because they're kind of I don't know if I want to call them Metallica clone, but, obviously Metallica is their band that they love the most. They sound similar to. So with that being said, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Fleming. What did you think he brought to the album and producing it? And Billy, we'll start with you. What do you think of it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the album's incredibly strong for like a debut album of like a modern thrash band. So, as that says something, the album sounds great. It says something. So there's no way it hurt, right? I mean, obviously Fleming knows what the hell he's doing. He did a couple albums for some band called Metallica. So, and from the band's perspective, just to be able to say that. is a win, right? Like I'm sure they sold albums just because Fleming is the guy who did it. So, and then probably lesser known, but actually Fleming directly influenced Matt Drake's vocals. So the Matt did, he had no intention of singing that way on the album. The
Mhm.
album was all the songs were practiced with clean vocals,
Yeah,
like very clean vocals, and Fleming heard him singing different styles and playing around in the studio. And he insisted he go to this harsher tone on the
yeah.
song. So everything you hear on that album is not the way the vocals were originally intended. So he actually had a major impact just with how the band actually performed. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I think the album's killer. It sounds great. Having him attached has got to be a great marketing tool. And he did
Mhm.
a great job and he influenced the style. So yeah, no knock from me. I think it was all a positive.
Cool. And what about you, Jim?
Oh, I think the meld. I think if Metallica, Slayer, and Exodus had a threesome, this would be the offspring that would be
Yes.
created. And I think of this more of a conceptual album where it's not a full-on concept album, but it's very horror related in the
Yep.
sense
Yep.
that a lot of it I read doing my due diligence that it was taken up from like the witch burnings and Countess Bathory, like movies that were centered around that and
Yep.
tropes around that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. But I think he's done production on a lot of different types of metal albums too. Like I think he did Covenant for Morbid Angel, which is one of my favorite albums all time. And he's done a couple albums for one of my favorite bands, Blind Guardian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's right. Yeah.
I think that I think he brought out I think he brought out what in 2007, people wanted to hear, regardless if that was the original intent of going into the studio. And I think, I love this album. I love this band. I don't like their last album as
I
much. I
know.
don't think
The
it's
unknown one. I know.
that good, but this
Oh,
album here is legendary. And I think it's one of the, like this would probably make like any top 50 list, and it's going up against like, I mean, he produced Ride the Lightning, he produced Justice, I believe, and did Master. So like some of the top top thrash albums of all time. So of course you're going to have a little bit of spillover, but I think I get feelings of a lot of Metallica on this, a lot of Slayer, and a lot
Exodus.
of Exodus mixed
Yeah.
in as well. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think
No.
it creates it creates a really cool sound, and I think that's what they were going for, was just to create something so good, and they obviously pulled it off. Yeah.
When I was a wee lad and I was like trying to be an artist, you'd always like emulate the things
Yeah.
that you worship. So I mean, I look at this album, and obviously they're emulating their heroes, and you grow from that. I mean, the band's gone off in so many different directions. I mean, Ole's now the singer. Matt left the band. Alexander passed away. I mean, they've gone through so many changes.
Mhm.
Mind you, I'm not a fan. Not that we'll talk about it much, but I'm not a fan of the new album, Unknown. The
No,
Unknown either.
it was kind of garbage.
You're ripping off the Black album. It's
Yeah.
clear to me they're ripping off the Black album.
A
Doing it.
100%. I mean, they
Yeah,
literally duplicate like half
Yeah.
of the songs. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you're-
I lost so much respect for
Yeah.
the band after doing that, right? Like
well,
if
I
things
miss
weren't going
that.
well, and then you go back to doing that. It was cool that you did that in your first album, and now
Right.
you're going back to that well, and you're literally copying it.
Yeah, yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
You're right. You're right. You're right, Billy. They were developing their own style with the next bunch of albums, and then all of a sudden it's like, you're right. Like you can forgive the first album because this is where they were started,
Yeah.
their start point.
Well, I mean, the next album, Infected Nations, and the other
Yeah.
one, Serpent's Teeth, they were really
And the
good
song-
albums. I don't
Yeah.
understand why they just didn't keep going. I understand that maybe they weren't hitting the highs in the career the way they thought
Mhm.
they were, but Oh man, yeah, that last album stunk.
I mean, how else could you interpret it? It's got to be that the
Yeah,
sales were in the crapper, and
yeah.
they
Yep,
figure, oh well, the Black Album is so successful, let's give it a go.
you're right. I
Like,
don't like it at all.
I don't get it. I just don't
Yeah,
get it. Like,
yeah, I don't get it either. I thought they had something good. They were building something good,
yeah,
and then
Well, I liken them like Warbringer, and I
yeah,
liken them like
yeah,
even the Municipal Waste. Like the newer thrash, which there some of these bands are like 8 or 9 albums in, even so, but they're still newer thrash. I think that these guys are really fanning the flames of what they're doing in their own, and I think had they stuck to that, it would have been a heck of a lot better. Even if the album only sold 3 copies to one of each of us, you gotta go. Like the Black Album was just one part in time, and it was a success for
yeah.
Metallica, but nobody wants to hear that stuff again done by a
No,
lesser, like
no,
and not
no, we
25
don't.
years later or
no,
whatever the hell it is. I don't.
You're right. Yeah, nobody wants to hear it. I agree with
no.
you, Chris. I agree with you both.
That album was a complete flop sales
Yeah.
wise. They probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I
I'm
think
sure
they
the
got the
album did.
message.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, that kind of that's a perfect like segue into my next question was, where do you rank Evile? I mean, because you at the time, you got bands like Hatchet, Warbringer, Bonded by Blood, Havoc, Municipal Waste, and Gamma Bomb. So where do you guys rank them? For me, I'll just say I've always kind of it's like Evile, Hatchet, Warbringer. Those 3 bands I totally love a lot. I don't know. You guys might have different thoughts. We'll start with you, Jim. Where do you rank them?
I think that this album alone, I think, is one of the best out of all those
I
bands.
agree.
Although
Yes,
Warbringer's newest album, Wraith and Ruin,
it's
is
pretty
going to
damn
rank
good.
high
Yes.
for me in 2025. So for their last album sucked so hard that I lost a little bit of the sort of the luster for them.
Momentum. Yeah.
But I got to be honest. I mean, I love Hatchet. These newer bands. Havoc's last album was really good. I think they're gaining momentum, and these guys are right up there. I mean, this album as a debut is probably one of the best debuts out of that whole group. I mean,
Yeah. I
I
would
think
agree. Yeah.
this album deserves the critical reception it got when it came out. But I just think since then, especially the last album, things went a little off kilter. And but I mean, I had they come out with their own thing and just kept punching along with it, you would have had like the same thing as they'd be up there right now. Warbringer's my leader because their newest stuff is so good.
Yeah. Yeah. They're very consistent. You're
Yeah.
right. What about you, Billy?
Yeah, it's I mean, I guess it depends on rank based on what, but like I guess for me, yeah, like I love the first like album and the second album, and I think my favorite is still the album we're going to be
Yeah.
talking
Me
about
too.
today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that in my opinion ranks right up there, but like I think if we're going to be fair, I mean, let's face it, UK bands, when it comes to success, UK thrash, I should say, has always been has this curse, right? They've never been successful, or at least outside like bands like Zentrix and all of them, even Sabbath, and they're all amazing bands, but they've never had the success the American bands have had. So it's hard to say you would put them up there with like Havoc or Municipal Waste
Mm-hmm.
or Warbringer in terms of success, but I think in terms of quality of that first album, it's right up there. But then, as I said earlier, I was so against that new album
Yeah.
that just totally turned me like I shoot them back to the bottom of the list. Like so
Yep.
now, until they redeem themselves, I'm going to rank them at the like. That's just, yeah, I don't even understand the move. So, yeah, so now I rank them much lower than I did earlier in their career.
That's a good point, Billy. And I think Gamma Bomb, really, their last album, I can't, was it Bats? I think it was
Yeah.
really, really strong album. And
Yeah. It
I
was a good
really like,
album. Yeah, I liked it.
yeah, like again, like just to kind of go off what Billy was saying, I think that if they just, I lost kind of a lot of respect, but I think the debut, this is the strongest debut out of that group of bands. I mean, I like Warbringer's debut too, but this is much stronger. But I do like Warbringer's just increasingly gotten better. And I like the other albums from Evile, but just their last album. And I think Billy, you might have. Did you review that album in a
Yeah, I
past?
did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So
think you gave.
I got incredibly familiar with it. Like I
Yeah,
listened to
yeah.
it like 10 or 12 times.
And it was a letdown, and I just
Yes.
think that you got to stay like unless you're going to, you got to stay true to what you want to go with here, and I think that's what you have to do. So, anyways, that's just my thoughts.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with both you guys. I'm not a I don't. It's just a shame because you get the first album and then there's a progression with the sound and they're going off into their own direction, and then you get this cop out album where it's like, well, why? We don't need to go back there.
Yeah,
Birdie, we've lived the Black Album. We don't want to live it again. So it kind of sucks.
I didn't want to live it the first time, but I'm only kidding. I think the Black Album is awesome, but I got to be honest. I just, these guys are just, man, they had their own thing. This whole album, like this album would be in my top 50, maybe crack my top 25 thrash albums of all time. And there's a lot of good thrash albums out there that are just mega.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
I had forgotten how good it actually was because I don't think I played it in like maybe 5, 6 years.
It's funny
Really?
you said that because
Yeah, I totally just got lost in the collection. So.
I play it all the time.
I said, I'm so glad, Ken, you brought this album out because I like him, like Billy, I sort of blew the dust off it. And I was like, oh, man, I forget how great this is.
This has one of my, well, we'll get to it later, but one of my all-time favorite thrash songs is on this album. So it's like, I love it. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's like when modern thrash happened, I mean, like I said, the three bands that I was listening to most was Hatchet. I love the first Hatchet. I totally love the first Warbringer, and I love the first Evile. I thought all three albums were really, really strong. And then everyone else started following suit afterwards.
Hatchet just had out last year an EP, which was really good.
Yeah, Billy, you saw them live, wasn't it, Billy?
Yeah,
you did,
I
right?
don't know if I saw Hatchet.
Was it Hatchet? Or no, maybe I'm thinking Havoc. Sorry, I got the
two. You saw
Havoc. I've seen many times. Yeah.
I've never seen really Hatchet live.
No, I don't. Hatchet's Australian, right?
No, they're American.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yep, California. California band.
Because they don't play any festivals, tours, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hatchet. They've had some issues. I mean, the original vocalist was only on the one album, and then the guitarist became the other singer. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it's hard to make money in the modern music scene nowadays for bands like this. I don't know.
I think about like what are they called? Like Steve Souza's sons, their band.
Oh,
would be the perfect comparable, the Hatchet, right? And they're touring. They've been to Canada like so many times. It's not even funny. Like twice last year.
Yeah, Hatred. Yeah. I like Hatred.
Like if they could do it, anyone could do it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on with in their camp. Their last album was really good. I like their last album. I like their last two albums, actually.
Yeah, you're right. They're American. But they haven't done like an album since 18. Are they even still together?
Yeah, they put out an EP last year called Leave Love or Leave No Soul.
It was good. An EP. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still around. They're still a band. So I don't know. I don't know if they're on a major label. They may not be now. It's like Bonded by Blood. They're not on a major label right now either. They're struggling too. So I don't know. Weird. So question number 4, always about art, because we're talking about this cover. It's a pretty cool cover.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the artist Vitali Alexius. He hasn't done a lot of metal cover art, but this one I kind of like. What do you guys think about it? Billy, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's really good, right? Like the artwork's cool. It's eye-catching, right? Like the color scheme or whatever you call it is really good. Like the orange and yellow tints really pop, and I think it's cool. Like the guy falling from the sky into the grave, I assume. The only thing that bugs me a bit, and this is such a small thing, and it applies to all the Evile, the band logo. I don't like the eye.
You don't like it, the logo?
Yeah, I don't like
Oh, you
that
don't like the
symbol.
eye? Like it says like it was like a dart or
Yeah, like
something.
the letter I. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, that's their logo, and they've stuck with it. So
Yep.
kudos to them. And again, it's a small thing, but
That's,
I don't like the way. To me, I look at that album cover, and that eye stands out.
yeah. I can see your point. Yeah.
But otherwise, the artwork is excellent.
Yeah, it's great. It's digital or it's done digitally, so
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay,
um it's got really good colors. I agree with you guys.
yeah.
It is a solid album. What do you think of it, Jim?
I love it. I think it's like I have, besides I'm kind of got a fear of heights. I also always have this fear that I get buried alive in a cave. And if I'm ever on YouTube and I watch these guys going into caves, and I don't know how they do it, because man, I think I would freak out. But I that's kind of like it's reminiscent of like a journey to the center of the earth type thing. I think
Right.
it's pretty cool. No, it's a great. The album artwork's awesome, and I think it's it's just really cool. And a great name for the album too. It's pretty neat.
Enter the Grave. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This looks good on a t-shirt though. I've
yeah,
seen I don't own a t-shirt for this band, but this would be good on a t-shirt. It's a great image. I would agree
yeah.
with you guys. Totally cool. All right, so we'll just do a quick band bio as we were talking. They are from the UK, of course. So this album came out in 2007 on Earache, which is a label that's sadly no more. It doesn't produce this kind of music much now, but I loved Earache was a great label. I mean, it has a lot of really good bands on that label throughout the years. So it's kind of bad that the label doesn't really produce this kind of music anymore.
No,
But on this album, it's steeped in old school thrash influences. Like you get the Metallica, you get the Slayer, you get Exodus. They formed in 2004. They were originally known as Metal Militia when Matt and Ben were, I guess, covering the Metallica songs. And eventually that all changed once Matt brought his brother Ol into the band. They brought Ben came along, and then they added Alexander on bass. So this album was pretty strong, as we mentioned, produced by Fleming Rasmussen. I was recorded at Sweet Silent Studios in Copenhagen, Denmark, where Metallica has obviously recorded some of their albums. So it's kind of cool. They currently have 6 studio albums in play. So yeah, it's great. What can I say? I would agree with you guys. That's why I wanted to cover the album, because I think it's a really really strong debut album for a band like this. It's fantastic. So with that said, we'll just like jump into the album itself, and we'll talk about the songs. The majority of the music was written by Matt. So Matt wrote not all the lyrics, but the majority of them. So we're going to start with the first song, Enter the Grave, the title track. A banger of a song in my mind, written by Matt and Ben Carter. Jim, lead us off with this song. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh man, I mean, this is a great way to enter or start the album and Enter the Grave. I mean, that
Yeah,
has that great heavy thrash chug intro. I mean, the gallop sound to it is just so good. And I like it, like in a lot of the songs, the vocals don't cut in until almost a minute.
yeah,
So I kind of
that's
like
right.
that. But the vocals, when they come in, I find the vocals, especially on this song, are super clean. Like they're just really, really. I can see where the definitely the Metallica, because Hetfield's vocals are always pretty clean. There's
Yeah,
no Metallica's never done a death metal song or a death metal album,
nope.
so I can see that. At 217, those heavy drums like kind of lead into a wicked guitar solo. I think musically, this has more of an Exodus vibe for me, but I think definitely the vocals definitely have a kind of a Hetfield sound to it. But a great, great, great song. And I remember when I got this album, the first time I listened to it, this song just grabbed me right away. So one of my favorites on the album.
It's funny. I always he sounds more like Tom Araya to me.
Yeah, and he does too. Yes, there's
Yeah,
times when I think of
it's the
total Tom.
delivery. It's the
Yep,
delivery. I maybe yeah. That's just what I get out of it. But
especially from Seasons. Like I
yeah,
get a big Seasons vibe. Yeah,
yeah, I could see that. I
yeah,
could definitely see that. I mean, it's the Exodus comparisons are there because it's about the lyrics are about a serial killer,
yeah.
the thrill of killing, obsession. That I mean, I know Exodus has covered this many many times, but so Billy, what do you think of Enter the Grave?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's interesting. I was reading, getting ready, that this wasn't going to be the title track. The album was supposed to be called Schizophrenia, which comes much later, which would
Right.
have been weird in itself, because then you would
Yeah.
have had Sepultura's
Yeah.
Schizophrenia, right? So I don't know how that would have worked, but I don't know if it was Fleming, but somebody last minute sort of convinced the band, given their lyrics and this song, Enter the Grave, was more horror themed, and
Yes. Yes.
uh, they also thought Enter the Grave is more in line with thrash, and so they made the last minute switch to calling the album Enter the Grave. So that's kind of interesting little tidbit. But yeah, I agree with you. Like for me, so much of this, I could say this about every song. Like musically, I hear Metallica and Exodus.
Mhm.
I hear
Yeah.
Exodus in like the a lot of the guitar playing.
Yeah.
A lot of the riffs and the more catchy melodic riffs, and lots of them in the songs, is more Metallica. But then I hear a lot of Tom in the vocal
Yeah.
delivery as well.
Yeah. That's
So
what I hear. Yeah.
it's like I got the three of them. There's even one or two songs where I hear a bit of Scott Ian, like
Mhm.
Anthrax stomp going on there. But yeah, no, I think it's good. It's catchy, as you guys said, that crunchy riff to kind of open it. Again, their riffs are well written, they're catchy, they're hooky, and so it keeps it interesting. I like the vocals, like they're easy to decipher, and it's not screaming at the max of your lungs. It's still like got some singing in there, so that's cool. I think the lead work on the album is excellent, actually.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
this song has like two killer leads in it. The drumming, like on my system, I play this CD, and like it just sounds
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
I mean, the whole album sounds great. So yeah, I think this album actually has a great opener and a great closer, which is like essential
Yep.
to thrash, but we'll get to the closer in a bit.
Yep. And also Fleming did some backing vocals on the song
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh really?
What I read that he did some backing vocals, which is cool.
Hmm.
The other thing about this song, though, I wanted to bring this up because I know I watched the movie. The latest Final Destination film, Bloodlines, actually has this song in the movie.
Oh nice.
Oh
The
yeah.
opening scene, this dude, this tattoo guy, artist who dies, was listening to this song. So
Oh,
it's
I
kind of
saw that
funny.
movie recently. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did you
I
watch?
don't
You watched it?
remember. I don't remember the song being played. Huh.
Yeah, it was at the beginning. Yeah, it was just at the beginning,
Okay.
and
I
then it
remember the
cuts.
tattoo thing, right? Like, didn't
Yeah,
he get hung or something like
yeah,
that?
he got hung. Yes. Yeah, yeah, he got hung. Yeah, so they do play that song there, which is kind of funny.
Oh,
Just
I'm gonna
a
have to
clip.
check that out next time.
It's
Okay.
a clip, as far as I know. I remember. I forgot about it, but then I was seeing on YouTube a lot of people were going, "Yeah, I came to this song because I watched the movie and I went immediately to this song." I'm like, okay, that's cool. Younger people are digging it, which is great when it comes to thrash.
Hmm.
It's cool. So we'll stick with you, Billy, for the second track, which is Thrasher. Let's hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, another good one. I mean, this is like I've got to see this a couple times live. Like the audience, I get the sense this has become like one of the band's signature songs.
Thrasher, yeah.
Like everyone sings along. It's like a great sort of thrash anthem, right? So it's easy to sing. The rhythm section is relentless on here. Again, just memorable riffs. Like it's catchy.
Yeah.
The guitar leads. Yeah, it's another banger. Like I don't want to sound like a lot of these songs share the same.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about how great all these pieces are, but they really are on all the songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, another good one. Like I think it's great. Like there's maybe one or two songs on this album that I like that are not as good. Like everything else is like a 10 on 10. Uh,
Yep.
but yeah, just another great track for sure.
What about you, Jim?
Oh yeah. I mean, this has the Tom Araya vocals big time.
Yes, I would agree.
Uh,
Yes, yes.
but I mean, I think there's so many songs that have that. I mean, again, it's like a minute before the vocals cut in. Just got that heavy riff intro, which is just this is just. I mean, this album, the production on this album is second to none. It's great,
It's
and
good. Yeah, yeah.
I think this is one of my again a kick-ass song. same thing as Billy said. It's going to be the same thing, song for me, song after song. I do have a couple of favorites coming up, so but no, it's great track.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Yeah, it's a strong. I mean, even though lyrically it's got the trope of being
Yeah,
in the mosh pit, but every thrash band, at least at some point, starts out with a song like this. And
exactly.
I see why people like it live. The chorus, it's got a good chorus. The lyrics are great. Feel the adrenaline rush, jump
Yeah,
into the pit. Like it's got all the hallmarks of that kind of a song. So it's
right.
cool. I agree with you guys. It's a good song.
Yeah,
The next song I like a lot. It's First Blood, and First Blood is one of my favorite all-time Stallone movies,
movies.
next to Rocky.
Same with me.
Yes,
This
yes.
movie, I love First Blood. It's such a great film. I've read the book. I've seen the movie thousands of times. I think it's cool that you're getting a thrash metal song based on First Blood. So we'll go to you, Jim.
Uh,
Let's get your thoughts on it.
Favorite song on the album, one of them.
Okay,
I love
cool.
this song because I love the movie, and I gotta admit, Stallone when they drew First Blood, not me. Like it's
Yeah,
just like that's awesome. And Troutman when he goes,
fuck yeah.
"I've come to get my guy." I'm here to save you from him because
Jim.
and Brian Denny, he's such a jerk. But I mean, besides that, this song just it would be great for the soundtrack of the movie, I think, because you've
Oh,
got
hell
so
yeah.
much good stuff happening. Again, it's like almost a minute. I think it's 50 seconds in, the vocals cut in, but it's just musically, it's got a Metallica music. It sounds like it could be right off of an earlier Metallica album, maybe off of Puppets or something. And it's really good. So I mean, I love it. So one of my
It's
favorites.
a
This
toe tapper,
this and the
dude.
next couple are really great
Yeah.
for what
Yeah, it's
I
a toe
think.
tapper, this song.
Yeah.
When you get to that 44-second mark and it just
Yeah.
bam, like, oh, it just takes off. Whew.
And it's so heavy and it's got that classic thrash chug that and it's not repetitive. Like, yeah, I'm repetitively saying on the song and I like it as much as but the thing is that you want to have the bones, you want to have the framework there, and this whole album, every song has that framework, and then it's the
Yes.
nuances that change from song to song, and that's what I like
Right.
about it.
I also like the way that the lyrics are covered, like, to survive war, you must
Yeah,
become war.
yeah,
A great line
exactly.
from the
There's quotes
movie.
in there.
I love it. Yeah, I love when you get that in songs like this. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. Billy, what do you think of First Blood?
Yeah, no, another great a great track. I mean, you guys kind of said it all. For me, I hear a bit of Metallica, a bit of Slayer.
Yeah.
One thing you guys haven't mentioned, but the backing vocals are like really strong
Mm.
on this track.
Yes. Yes.
There's a lot of like backing vocals and on this one, like you can kind of hear the bass. Like I was reading that Fleming like really pushed the bass. I forget the bass player's name, but like he really pushed him. Like I guess after the whole Justice thing, I don't know, but pushed him to think Cliff Burton inspired bass tone. So he kept pushing for that to not to say this guy's as good as Cliff
There's
Burton.
Mike Alexander.
Yeah,
Mike
Mike
Alexander,
Alexander.
yeah. So,
He
but
died as
Fleming
well,
was,
like Cliff, which is weird.
yeah, like Fleming was all over the bass to get like a good bass sound and not bury it like 90% of the bands do. So, and some songs the bass is not as forward. Others on this album it's a little bit more forward, but yeah, it's just good. Again, memorable. It's catchy as hell, which is great, right? That's the thing that Metallica can do so well is they write
Yes,
songs that are so bloody memorable. Like you can hear them 50 times and you still want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
And they sort of have some of that talent here to write like just some pretty damn good songs that you go back to and listen over and over again. Yeah, this is another great one.
Cool. So we're going to stick with you, Billy, for the track 4, which is Man Against Machine. This was written by Ben Carter. What do you think of it?
I love this one.
Yeah.
This is like over 6 minutes, so
Yeah.
there's a bit of room here to play around. But like here we get that slower like guitar driven
At the
opening
start?
Like, for me, that's like, it sounds like Testament, like early Testament,
Yep.
Mhm.
like totally like that. But it's funny because there's a lot of influences here from the 80s. It's like, the tension kind of builds in this thing, and we get this like cool riff that kicks in, but then it gets like slow and heavy as
Mhm.
hell. And like for me, like this grinding groove, that's totally overkill. That's totally like what overkill would do. There's like two songs where they sample like heavily from like overkill. But again, that's okay, right? They're doing it. This song still has a shitload of originality, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Then the song shifts tempos and we get like a full thrash assault. Again, chorus is catchy as hell. The backing vocals are back shouting the song title, so that's cool. Just killer lead here again. And yeah, like at 5:40, we get back to the slower riffs to close out the song. Yeah, it's just another great one. Maybe my favorite to date, actually, so far on the album.
What do you think of the breakdown at the end? I kind of like the way
Yeah,
the
it's
song.
good.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it
the
remind
mosh
you of
pit would
Metallica?
clearly break out.
Yeah, but it reminds me of Metallica for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that's at 5:40, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
rate, and it just, I like that. It's just,
Yeah, no, I have that marked as well. Yeah.
yeah, it was one thing I liked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Jim, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, this is a killer song. You guys said it all. I mean, I
Yeah,
love the fact. So you're almost 2.5 minutes before even the vocals start up. So and it's darker and more
yep.
sludgier, but then it just takes off. That solo is just on fire. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't even feel like it's that long. So, and that's the mark of when you're not getting bored or you're not going like, okay, this is. So when you see the times on the songs and you're like, okay, this is going to be a long one, boy, this thing let fire and never stopped. One of my favorites on this and the next one, another great, but yeah, I agree with what Billy said on all marks. It's a killer song.
The bass is really good here too.
Yeah.
I noted in the song, it really stands out, the bass parts, I
When
thought.
Billy said that about Justice, now I'm thinking maybe because I mean it was Fleming who was told to turn it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not Fleming's fault.
No, he was told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was
No.
the powers that be in Metallica, but
That was
like
Lars.
yeah, and he thought I seen an older interview where he said that he thought they were joking, you know. So, but I think maybe there was a bit of a statement there saying, okay, we need to have this beefier. So,
Well, he's a pretty good bass player.
yeah,
It's really unfortunate that he had the brain aneurysm and passed away. But
yeah,
I mean, it's remarkable. It almost mirrors Metallica in a lot of
exactly,
ways.
yeah.
I don't know if he was as talented as say Cliff was, but
Eh.
I don't know. It's just weird how they're both bass players have passed away. It's weird.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
all
it's
right,
the bass player that passed away?
What's
Yeah,
that?
bass.
It's the bass player? Not on
Yeah.
tour, did he?
Yeah,
Don't tell me it was a
Oh no,
bus
he died.
accident.
He was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, he had. They weren't on tour when he passed, but he
Okay.
had a brain aneurysm, so
Oh,
he
okay.
died on the way. Like he was home, and
Yeah.
apparently he died on the way to the hospital.
Oh,
That
shoot.
sucks.
Okay.
Really sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after the second album was done, that's when he passed away.
Hmm.
So it was really sad. But so we'll move on to track 5, and that's "Buried Alive." And Jim, let's
Yeah.
get your thoughts on "Buried Alive."
Well, this is the song about witch burnings, so
Yes.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, that's always a great trope to have in a metal band, and I think that's where I get the Exodus, maybe even a Forbidden to some
Megadeth,
degree because of the
they've covered
themes
this
of the
kind of
songs. Yeah. But that fast intro, that fast riffing, and then here they kind of go on a different. So they went really long before vocals cut in on the last song. This one, it's a bit quicker. So it's kind of cool because they're not just doing the same thing time after time. It's got a great chorus, and I like the gang shouts as part of the chorus. So, and this song again has another massive Slayer vibe for me, but even more so the Metallica on this one. But I really, really like it. It's probably my top 3 on the album.
Yeah, Matt's the vocals are great here. I love when you see Matt shouts "Burn at the stake," and then you get this riff at like 2:43. It's like, oh wow, It's so great. Yeah, this is a really really good song. What are your thoughts on this one, Billy?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good track. I mean, if I'm honest, this one's not one of the two that doesn't have as much magic, if you will, for
Right,
me. Like
right.
again, there's nothing like it's just not as memorable, I find.
Hmm.
Um, but like I agree with Jim. Like musically, I hear some Slayer. The vocals here kind of remind me of Hetfield in some places. Uh,
Okay.
um, but yeah, I mean, the chorus is pretty catchy, but they kind of just stick with the name of the song over and over again. But yeah, the backing vocals are not too bad. The guitar leads are killer though on the song. I
Oh
think
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
leads
yeah.
are great on all the songs. Um, so yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it. It's not one of my favorite. It's one of the two that I like slightly less than all the other 10 on 10s.
Well, as we always say when we do these reviews, there's always
Yeah.
one song has to be has to
Yeah,
be
no,
low. That
exactly, right? Like I don't say it
it's
to be a bad thing.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I
Something
get
just
you.
not quite as special as like the other eight or so.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, yeah. That's just the way it is, right? I think the next track is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Kill It From the Deep. And so what do you think of it, Jim?
Oh, Killer from the Deep, man. You got Jaws. This is all
Yeah.
about Jaws. They could I wish they
Yes.
would have put in the Jaws. I mean, they probably can't because it's probably copyrighted, but I mean that ominous intro kind of leading into that heavy thrash riff, that heavy riff is kind of reminiscent of Ocean and sort of a shark and that sort of thing. I think it's got this is like one of the more prevalent drum beats you're going to hear on this. Same with bass. The vocals are amazing, and it's got more of this song
Mhm.
compared to the rest of them have more of a melodic thrash chug to it. So it's almost kind of like movement of water to some degree is what I kind of got from it. Before I thought it was at first about a sea monster, but then I read that it was about a shark, which
Shark, yeah, yeah.
makes perfect sense
Well,
once
the
you're
lyrics sort of state that the shark.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Once I
Yeah.
started digging into it, I thought Killer from the Deep. I was almost thinking they were trying to go with maybe the thing that should not be like a
Oh,
Loch
like a
Nessy type
Lovecraft. Yeah,
monster.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, from
Okay.
Metallica. But no, they didn't, which is cool. But I think, oh man, that's a great topic because you've got so much. You've got witches. Countess Bathory's going to be coming up soon. You've got First Blood, like that's wicked,
Yeah.
and you've got all these that kind of I kind of relate this one to more of a Jaws trope. So it's a great track. I love
Yeah,
it.
I think it's a good song too.
Yeah,
It's got one of the better choruses on
yeah.
I think a Killer from the Deep. Like
Yeah.
so great. Billy, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I like this one a
Yeah.
lot too. So yeah, I think it's good. Another good thrash track. Uh, yeah, no, like I love the part at like 2:55. Like we get into this like tempo shift. It
Yeah.
kind of sounds a bit crossover. Like it's a
Yep.
total like I don't know, for lack of a better word, moshing section at like 2:55. It really riles you up. Like to me, and then that almost sounds a bit like a Scotty Ian like
Mm-hmm.
stomp when I say
Yeah.
that.
I
Like
could I
that,
could
point.
see
that
that.
jumps out like that part at 3 minutes. But yeah, just the backing vocals are really strong on this album. It shows up here again. There's a couple really good riffs in here. Again, just well written. Yeah, another great track. And
And
nothing.
Billy, that's a great point because at the 3 minute mark, where it kind of goes into more of a stomping, kind of
Yeah,
slower change, it's almost like right before this doesn't sound like Indians, but when he sings War Dance, and then just as the song's leading up to that for in Anthrax, and then they yell it, and then it kind of speeds. That's what
oh
I
yeah,
remember
yeah. That's the
of
first thing,
too.
and then I picture in my mind like Scott Ian like
Yeah,
stomping in his circle like on the
circle. Yeah,
stage, right? Like he
it's a good
always does
point.
live.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. Now, I'm gonna talk about this song because it's
Gladiator.
song. It's my favorite song on the album.
Oh,
To
it's
me,
one of my favorite too.
Me too.
it's well, yeah. I'm pretty sure we all had the same. We all agree with it. It's this song. I played this song when I bought this album. I played this song over and over and over and over. It just it has something that I loved. It's just the whole idea of writing about, gladiatorial combat in ancient Rome and, Hail Caesar. And it has, in my mind, one of the best lines ever, we who are about to die, we salute you. It's so great. It's so fucking great. Like, and I love the way that the repeated phrase of Hail Caesar, you get, oh yeah, we know, commence your blood to the sand. Like, it has some of the best written lyrics in my mind on this whole album. And it's such an incredible epic song from start to finish. It's one of the, in my mind, one of the better modern thrash songs that I've heard.
Mhm.
And I love this song to death. We'll go to you, Billy. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, is this my favorite but it's
Yeah.
definitely my top two or three. I mean, there's no doubt if you're gonna look for the track on here that's the most epic. I mean, not
Yeah,
only due to its almost 8-minute songwriting, like tell me the Justice album didn't help influence this one.
true.
There's a lot of tempo changes, good surprise, cool surprises along the way. This is no like standard thrash track where
No.
just keep repeating every like minute. So yeah, like, and this is the other part where I mean that like slow like guitar driven intro
Mhm.
that could be pulled right off Years of Decay by Overkill. I mean,
Yeah.
True.
it almost
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like the guitar intro on Years of Decay. But yeah, like it starts with that mid-pace thick guitar chug, and the drums are so damn heavy. And then the super fast riff kicks in at like 310, and it's like totally different direction. It's aggressive. The guitar leads are fantastic. I think it's around 4 minutes. Is like the vocal, like they shout, like "Who's about to die? We salute."
Yes.
Something my memory might not be perfect there, but I love that part. It's got a chorus that's so catchy. But yeah, it's just that dramatic, I mean, that like epic song that every album should have, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, and like I like the different directions, and so the fact that it's almost 8 minutes, there's plenty
Yeah.
of to do that, right? So that's why I figured Justice may have played a role in
Yep.
like with all their 8 and 9 and 10 minute songs. So yeah, I love it.
Well, you get that, like, for me, that the riff from 306 to 559, holy, it's all eargasm right
Yeah.
there. And that solo, wow. Oh, it blows me away. But there is a bit of a Metallica vibe here. I kind of note around, I think it's like about 528. You start to get that little Metallica vibe in there. They throw it in there, you're right. So there's nods to that. What do you think, Jim? Are
Yeah, you
you in
guys
agreement?
have said it all. This is another favorite. I mean, I like the fact that it starts off with that, like Billy was saying, that slow guitar kind of intro thing, but then
The
after six
intro, yeah.
minutes, it kind of reverts back to that. So it's almost like a bookended song, being
Right.
so long. But no, it's a killer. It's got some great lines in it, and I mean, I read online that it was written kind of with Russell Crowe's 2000 Gladiator in mind,
Yes, that's right.
which is kind of cool because it's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. And but yeah, no, I'm just like you guys said it all. I mean, it's a fantastic, fantastic song.
Yeah, it's great. I love this song. All right, so we'll move to track number 8. That's Schizophrenia. I know Billy mentioned that this was the original title of the album, which I don't think works. I prefer Enter the Grave.
Yeah,
So Jim, let's get your thoughts right off the bat.
it's pretty good. I mean, if I was to place a last place song, maybe this would be, but it's
Mhm.
still like would be a first place song on many albums. But this one here, it's not one of my favorites, but it's still a really solid song. I'm glad they went with the original, or sorry, with the cover,
Enter
the
the
name,
Grave,
the
yeah.
first song. Yeah, I like that better. I think it'd be too confusing, like Billy said, with Schizophrenia. I hate it when bands uh, come up with the same album cover. Like, Anvil has one of their last albums where Impact is imminent. It's like, okay, come on, that's that's Exodus. Like, what's going on here? Come up with a different album cover
Yes,
name.
I would agree.
So I'm glad they didn't do that. It's a great song. I mean, it's fast. It's a good thrash song. It's got a great solo in it. But it's just another. like, the next song coming up, I think, is a bit stronger, and then we finish the album on a strong note. So probably one of my not my number ones. I would be more of towards the back end of the pack for me.
Okay. So Billy, let me guess. This is the other song that you sort of think is,
No, I love this one.
You like this song? Okay.
Yeah, Bathe in Blood is the one I was talking
Oh,
about.
no, I love that.
Okay, okay.
Well, I don't know. I think this is great. Like it's not like track number 7. It's not like an 8-minute epic. I mean, this is like, more of a one tempo in your face. It's aggressive. But I don't know. It just really clicks with me. The backing vocals, shouting schizophrenia. Like I think one of the best guitar leads on the album is at 220 on this thing. Here I definitely get Tom influence on the vocals.
Yes.
And so speaking of Slayer, there's like parts of the groove in this song that I had to go back and listen to it a couple times. You'd have to listen to it though, like where you'll pull out Skeletons of Society from Slayer. Like it totally sounds like that groove that comes from that song. I don't know if it's just me, but I get that a lot. But yeah, for me, it's really good. I like it. Like again, it's simple. Like it's not as complex as something like what came before it. But yeah, I'm a big fan.
Okay. I'm sort of on Jim's side. I like the song.
Yeah.
It's all right, but it's a bit of a letdown when you get to track 7, a monster track, and then you get it's good though. I don't hate it. There's no bad song on this album, really. Every song is good. But Billy, we'll stick with you for track 9, Bathe in Blood. Now, I know you said you're not as crazy about it, but go for it. Let's get your thoughts.
Yeah, no, like it's I mean, it kind of opens up with this like mid-pace like guitar chugging, and that kind of lasts for like at least a minute, probably longer. And so, but yeah, I just think the overall song's a bit repetitive to me. Like I do think the backing vocals are extra good, like when they shout like "Bathe in Blood."
Yes.
But yeah, like there's not as many tempo changes in the track, and the song doesn't have as much variety within it, particularly for the first 3 minutes. Like I think the last half of the track is much better than the first half. But like the chorus is a bit boring, like just shouting like "bathe in blood." But I do like the backing vocals for the chorus. But finally, like the last half gets more aggressive, so I like that. The guitar lead at about 4 minutes is pretty cool. And then right after that guitar lead, there's like a transition where they go back to the first half pacing. But that's totally a Justice for All transition. Like it sounds like it was taken right from the damn album. That's the best part of this song, in my opinion. But yeah, so not a bad thing. I just find the first half particularly boring, where that could have been trimmed down and turned this thing into a 4 or 5 minute track, and it probably would have been much better.
Okay.
I know you guys obviously both like it, so
yeah, I like the song. Yeah, I like the song a lot. I like the subject matter. I think that's
me too.
I like the whole Elizabeth Bathory thing, so it works. So go ahead, Jim. Let's get.
The Countess Bathory, just like the song "Buried Alive" with the witch burnings. I think these are tropes that are so popular in metal, but I like it when they go into more of a. They don't just generalize it. I agree with Billy. The song's probably a bit too long, but I love the song. I think it's got a humongous Slayer vibe, and it's an angrier song. And I read that when they were writing this, they thought maybe they went a little too far with the lyrics. So like he thought maybe it should be toned down a little bit. But anybody who thinks they went too far in a metal song and lyrics is all good in my books, because you can't go too far. So I like it, and I like the whole story of Countess Bathory and the movie and all the stories and that. I think it's a great trope to go with, and I mean, why the hell not? I think that's great. This whole thing's built around movies and horror, witches and stuff like that. So this is just a great topic, and I think that's probably why I like it so much, because I like Countess Bathory is a song by Bathory, which is one of my favorite.
Well, even Slayer covered it.
Slayer, yeah, exactly. I love
Subject
that.
matter.
That's one of my favorite Bathory songs. So, but anyways, no, a great song.
Cool. So we'll stick with you, Jim, to close out the album with number 10.
This is Metal Militia
Armored Assault. Let's hear.
Metal Militia Part 2.
Okay.
This is what a great way to end off an album. I mean, the war intro. This is like not as good as Metal Militia because I love Metal Militia, but it could be a close. Like this could have been on Kill 'Em All, and it would have been a great song. Probably better produced than anything on Kill 'Em All, but I think it's definitely got parts of Exodus, Slayer, but the whole makeup of the song is definitely sounds like to me it could be a clone to some degree, but a really good clone, but with enough original material. But I totally get a Metal Militia vibe, and I love it. I mean, I wish Metallica could go back, and I wish Metallica's next album they steal this and write this, because then I would like them again.
Sorry, dude. I know. But the thing is, this is a song that Mike Alexander actually wrote.
Yeah.
So he wrote all the lyrics to it. So yeah, the whole war kind of theme is obviously fairly evident.
Yeah.
Billy, what's your thoughts on Armored Assault?
Yeah, this might be my number 2 on the album. I don't know. Like, I just think it's an awesome way to end the album. Like, I will say, like, I don't know what the word is. Like, I don't like the opening, like with the machine. Like, it just sounds close to one. Like, given you're a band who's already wearing your influences on their sleeve, and that's okay. Yeah. Like, because you're just starting out, it's the first album, everyone does it. I mean, Metallica was influenced on Kill 'Em All by new wave of British heavy metal. So everybody has an influence. But to literally take, like, I mean, it just sounds so damn close to the intro to One. Like, it's not funny, right?
True.
I would have just pulled that out. I get it. It fits the song. Like, but again, like, you have the sense these guys obviously love Metallica. That's a bit too close for me. But I mean, Jesus, this song just completely shreds.
Yeah.
You talk about ending with a bang. This thing does. It's just the riffs are just so angry and aggressive. The rhythm is relentless, right? The machine gun drumming all over this track, and it's impossible not to like bang your head to this one. I love the vocals. Like, they're so they're a little bit more aggressive here, a little quicker.
A little bit. Yeah.
I get Tom for sure, like from Slayer, and that ripping guitar lead at around 3 minutes. But yeah, just talk about ending with a bang. This is the way to do it.
Oh yeah. This song is killer. It's like a great thrash anthem to some degree.
Yeah.
Though my thoughts about the beginning, I think what they could have did is just had you hear the tank at the start, and then they cut it, as opposed to then, because I kind of feel like, okay, Armored Assault, you're assuming we're talking about tanks. I would have liked if the tank, you just heard the tank going along, and then they stopped it. But then they add in the gunfire and the machine gun sounds afterwards, which I agree with you is just a bit too much.
Yeah,
but I think they should have. It would have been cool to sample, like, maybe from the first what was it, Red Dawn movie. The sound, when the tank battle was going on, but no machine guns, no shooting, just with the tank driving. I think that's more ominous and would have made better sense. It's the same thing I would have liked from Killer from the Deep, maybe some sonar sounds, you know?
Oh yeah, you got the sound of, like, was it water rising?
Yeah, exactly.
You interpret that, but you could look at it.
But I think Armored Assault, just the tank driving would have been better than all the machine gun sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Yeah. I would have felt it would have been better if they just cut it there. But I agree, Billy. Yeah, it's like, you're wearing your Metallica influences on your sleeve, so obviously, like, the comparison to One, for sure. But I think this is a good album. That's why I wanted to cover it.
This album's better than anything Metallica's done since 2000.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, there's probably a shitload of metal fans our age who's never even given this a chance.
No.
Just because it's new, or they listened to it and they said, they're just copying Metallica and Slayer. But I mean, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Metallica and Slayer aren't doing this style of music anymore.
No.
So if we love this style, I mean, who cares if it's a new band?
Absolutely, this is all good fun to me. When I hear
Yeah.
this album, that's why I listen to it all the time. It's on my iPod all the time. I'm always listening to it because I think it's a great album. And when I get to track 7, I just lose it because it's my favorite, one of my all-time favorite modern thrash. I mean, modern thrash. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it doesn't compare to classic Metallica or Megadeth or Slayer, but as a modern thrash song, I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic. I
I mean, we still
totally
have
love it.
those classic Slayer and Megadeth, Metallica albums to listen to.
Oh yeah,
You not have a bit more stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
exactly.
what's the big deal? Like, there's nothing to be offended by.
No.
No, no, no. I would agree with you guys. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess our big takeaway from this episode is, it's just they've kind of killed their momentum with that stupid The Unknown. But
But that's
would
a
you
good
gonna?
point, Billy, because thrash, if you're a new thrash band, you're going to borrow. You have to, because thrash can only be so much. It's the
Yeah,
same thing as any prog band coming out now. Like I did a review for the band Skull and Crossbones, which are an amazing prog metal band, but they have really a lot of elements of Queensryche, because you can't be a modern prog band and not sound like either Fates Warning or Queensryche to some degree, or at least parts of it. You
mm,
know, it's just the way it is. They were the originators. So
Yeah. That's okay, right? You
yeah,
just
yeah.
want the band to add their own as they produce more material and the discography
And
grows.
you hit it on the
You
head when you
want to
said,
see like them expanding and putting a bit of their own, but it's okay to show your influences.
"Oh yeah," and what's wrong with having more? I don't
Yeah.
have it. I agree with you 100%. This is an added bonus. So
Yeah.
well, when you think of Infected Nations, they
yeah,
did kind of change the sound a lot. I mean, even the vocals are way different. The way that
it was good. Yeah,
Matt sings, it's got a more Hetfield, or like I guess that's what he intended to sing originally in the first album. I don't know, but obviously, the vocals right out the bat are the big difference when you hear that album, and it does sound a bit more original. I mean, I still get elements of, like, I get elements of Sepultura in that album when I listen
yeah.
to it. Yeah, I hear a little bit of Sepultura, still hear Metallica, but at least you can see that the band is growing and the sound is evolving. I guess that's the major point. I mean, starting out as a cover band and going into an original band is a pretty big feat
Yeah.
when you think about it. But anyways, I think it's a great album. I totally love it. It's one of my favorite modern American thrash bands, next to like Warbringer. Two of my favorites for me. But yeah. So that's gonna segue really good into our last segment. So I thought, yeah, let's do a mixtape. But I think this one's kind of cool because it's all just modern thrash songs. So none of the old stuff, none of the classics. Just let's get your takes on modern thrash songs that you like. Who
So
wants
how
to
I
go?
did it was, is it okay that I pick modern thrash songs as long as it's a modern thrash song, even from an original artist? Like,
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I
okay,
mean, you can do
perfect.
whatever. I didn't really. I mean, I just stuck to the like modern thrash bands. But yeah, however you want to do it, that's up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you. You want
Well,
to go first, Jim?
yeah, yeah. I'll go first. So I picked like any modern thrash albums from any band.
Sure. Gotcha.
So I think, what was the cutoff? 2000 and
I was hoping, yeah, like 2005 to
yeah.
2026.
So I started off with, my first one was Emmett, Creator, Enemy of God from 2005.
Good
World
song.
Anarchy. That's a wicked, wicked song. Next, I picked Death Angel, from the Evil Divide, one of my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
Death Angel albums.
yeah.
2015. So The Moth, love that song.
Good song. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going back to Megadeth, which is one of my favorite of the newer Megadeth albums, Endgame. But I love this song, 44 Minutes, and I love the genesis of the song, where it's a real live bank robbery that happened,
Yeah.
rather than when they were going after, and they ended up getting shot like 100 times, but they had all the body armor, and finally the guy got shot in the foot and they took them down. That's a really, really cool, gnarly song. Slayer, I have to throw Slayer in here because I went with Jihad from
Oh yeah, yeah,
Christ
yeah.
Illusion from 2006. For some reason, I'm just drawn to that album. I don't know if the album art and all the songs on it are wicked. I've got Power Trip from
Oh, good.
Nightmare Logic to 2017. I love Executioner Attack, Swing the Axe. I
Good
mean, that's
song. Yeah, that's a great song.
yeah. Like, I gotta have Power Trip on a more modern.
Good choice.
Number 5, the next one I went with Exodus from Exhibit B, The Human Condition, Hammer
Okay.
and Life from 2010.
Okay.
I love that one. I actually threw Warbringer in here from Wrath and Ruin, so 2025. Through a Glass, Darkly. I love
good
that.
song.
But I
Yeah.
could have picked really anything off that album. And I went with the 2025 because it's going to be on my top 15 list.
Yeah.
Very much at the top. It's like such a good album.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Overkill 2017 with the Grinding Wheel, from the Grinding Wheel, with Mean Green,
yeah.
Killing Machine. I mean, that's a great track. Then I went with another one, 2025, but I went with Sacrifice from Volume 6. Missile, love that song.
Oh, good song. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to go with that. And last but not least, I threw some Testament in there from 2008 from the Formation of Damnation. And I go with the title track. So
good song. Yeah.
I was gonna do like some stuff from some of the more modern thrash bands, but I was thinking, some of these guys have really brought their A game to
for sure.
Some of the more modern thrash sounds. So why the hell not?
Absolutely. Cool. Great list. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, like I ended up taking a totally different approach. Like,
okay.
The band had to have been started between 2005
and that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so modern, like, new band. But I mean,
new band.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way Jim did it either.
No, it's fine.
But the amazing thing is, we have an exact match on one of the songs, and we did it totally differently. And again, this was hard because, I mean, we've talked about a couple of the modern thrash bands here, but it was just a handful. There's like hundreds and hundreds of them.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually chose it just based on what are the most recent modern thrash songs that I've listened to. And so that allowed me to narrow it down, and give some attention to bands that I think deserve it, maybe.
Sure.
So yeah, these are in no order, but my number one is the new Dustbolt Singer, so German band.
Yes.
The new song is called Ghost on My Screen. Like, it's a good comeback. Like, last year they had an album called, or 2024, Sound and Fury, where they turned into like pop, and even more pop than like Volbeat would have. And so a pretty big stylistic shift. But this has a lot, the big thick riffs are back, but you still got the singer who's really good. Like, he's very catchy voice and melodic, so that's cool. A newer band I got into earlier this year, it's a band called Tentara. So this is a killer Norwegian thrash metal band. And so their album Based on Evil. I love this album, but the track is Negligible Souls. I mean, this is like, you get a mix of Bay Area thrash, but given where they're from, you also get Euro stuff, Euro influence there. But yeah, just great solo work, massive riffs, and really good catchy songwriting. Next up, I mean, with a name like this, it's got to be on the list, Thrasher Wolf.
Good band. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I love that album, 2024 album, and Inside the Sickened Man. Like, it's that's another great track. They're from the UK. It's an independent release. I saw someone post it on Instagram, and then I ordered it from Bandcamp. But yeah, I just love that you can hear like Destruction, but you can also hear Exodus, and you just get a little bit of all the pieces. Not quite as aggressive or as angry as some of the Bay Area thrash, but it's more on the catchier side. Then I'm gonna go to, I love this album, Texas Toast Chainsaw Massacre. No,
Yeah,
the album's called Super Turbo, and the
yeah,
track is called People Tornado.
yeah.
It's
I
awesome
love that song.
crossover thrash metal from Chicago. It's just so damn catchy and aggressive. If you like DRI and Thrash Zone, you'll like this. But like
Yeah.
all the song titles and lyrics are just filled with like ridiculous humor. But it works, right? It's not so silly. Like the music still holds. So that's my number four. Number five in Canada, I'm going Hazard from Calgary.
Oh,
Their
cool.
2025 album, Third Dimension. The track is Interdimension.
Mhm.
Just again, well executed thrash. Again, wearing some influence on their sleeves in the Bay Area, but just they write like good, catchy stuff. So I'm a fan of that. Number six, I'm going Dead Heat. Actually, oddly
Oh
enough,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
I was just playing it, so I got the album
Cool.
Oh, nice.
right here. Uh, but yeah, process of elimination. I'm going with Annihilation Nation again on the crossover theme, but they do a good job on this. It's probably their best album. It's only been out for like a couple months, but yeah,
Yeah.
if you like crossover, you got to give this a shot. And again, I don't know, crossover comes to mind with modern thrash. I'm going back to Germany for number seven with Skeleton Pit. The
Oh,
album
cool.
Lust to Lynch. And the song is Skull Splitting Attack. And just, I mean, everything you love about crossover thrash. But I love the German accent. It adds like an extra layer to the songs. And then, oh Jesus, the next two are crossover too. So now I'm going to Virginia Enforced. So I mean, I could have pulled
Oh, cool.
anything from Enforced.
Yeah, enforced. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
great.
everything's amazing. I went with Aggressive Menace from War Remains. But this is a bit different. Like, this is no jokes, no gimmicks,
Mhm.
no zombies like Toxic Waste would have.
Yeah.
This is just all business for these guys. It's like aggressive crossover. You could argue it borders on thrash and death metal as well in
Mhm.
parts. So, but yeah, I love that. And then Jim, this is our match. I had to go Power Trip, Nightmare Logic, and Executioner Tax is one of
Great
the
song.
catchiest damn songs ever
Yeah.
written. Like yeah, so we all know about that. So we even covered this album
Yeah.
in another podcast.
Yep.
Then number 10, I'm going back to Canada. I'm going Terrified. Weapons of Mass Destruction is the album. And I'm going to go with the song Sect of the Serpent. These guys are from BC. This track is just epic. It's like an 8-minute track, just crunching riffs. Love the vocals on with this band. So, and I didn't even realize they were from Vancouver until I saw them earlier this year in Vancouver. I thought they were an American band, so I learned something new. I always had their music, but I just thought they were American. So, yeah, that's my 10.
Was that
Nice.
on the Sacrifice show you went to
Yeah,
Billy?
they were one of the
Yeah.
opening bands for Sacrifice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard them. They're not too bad. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're good. Like I've always liked them, like, but I can never find their vinyl, and I was able to buy everything at the show, and that's where I
Awesome.
got to talk to them.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wicked. That's a pretty good list. Well, I know we don't have any matches for both you
Yeah.
guys. I went. Yeah, it's all modern thrash that I went with. Um, so mine has a interesting bent, but it's all bands that I started listening to when I guess when the new wave of thrash started. So number 10, I have Civil Servants by Bonded by Blood from their 2008 Feed the Beast, which is a really good album. It doesn't get a lot of people talking about it, but I kind of like the punk punk thrashy kind of. There's a little crossover vibe to it. It's a good song. I've always liked that album quite a bit. Number nine, I have Havoc, and I have Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death from
That's
their
a good one.
2000, yeah, from the 2013 Unnatural Selection. A good album, a really, really solid, good thrash album. Not a lot of groove on it, which is what I like. I just want to get honest to God, straight to the basic thrash. Good, solid album. Number eight, I have this is the one that's technically it's not a song. It's 41 seconds long, but I like this song. It's Gamma Bomb and it's OCP from 2008 Citizen Brain. And if you're a fan of RoboCop, which I happen to be, I love the fact that OCP is all about about the main villain in it, who they take all his catchphrases in the movie and put it in 41 seconds. So it's fantastic. And if you love that movie and you hear the song, you'll know exactly what's going on. Love it, love it. Number 7, I have Crush the Enemy from War Beast from 2010's Crush the Enemy. What can I say? It's sort of rigor mortis light. A couple of members from the band are in this band. Um, I love it. It's just unfortunate that Bruce has passed away, but great band. At least the band is still around. They've now changed the name. They're now called Beast of War. I think they have a new singer. So curious to hear how that's going to go. Number 6, I have Mega Mosh from Hades from their 2007 album, And the Worst Is Yet to Come. Italian thrash, pretty solid band. Although they are a band still, but I don't think they've put an album since 2018. So it's been a while. They haven't put out much music, but I don't know. Maybe it's hard to make a living doing this stuff. I'm not sure. But that Mega Mosh, it's got Anthrax vibes all over it. I totally love it. That album cover is like an Ed Repka cover, some dude on a surfboard surfing through like a town, a city that's been destroyed. It's so great. Take a look at that cover. That cover is fantastic. Number 5, I have Reborn in Violence by Suicidal Angels. This is from their 2010 album. Yeah, Dead Again. I love these guys. This Greek. I don't think they get enough love.
No, I agree.
Like modern Greek thrash band. These guys are awesome. I totally dig these guys. Every album they do, I buy right away when it comes out. And I love the fact that every album cover is an Ed Repka cover, so it's fantastic. It's never boring. Number 4, I have Rat Eater by Toxic Holocaust, one of my favorite crossover thrash bands. This is from 2013, Chemistry of Consciousness. What a great song. It's just catchy hooks all the way through. It's wicked. Those guys are great. I totally love them. Number 3, I have Morlock's Tomb from Hatchet, from the first album, Awaiting Evil, 2008. What a great song. A lot of punk attitude vibes to it. I love the first vocalist, Marcus Kirchen. He was fantastic. It's just too bad that he was only on the first album, and then they changed the style to, I don't know. I like that style. It works for me. Number 2, Total War Warbringer, which is from War Without End, 2008. I totally love that song. It's the best song on that album. It's such a killer song. They played it live. They ended their show.
That was the closer, right?
In Toronto. What's that?
I was going to say, wasn't that the closer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was the closing song. Great song. Everyone went crazy for that song. Totally love it. And you can pretty much guess my number 1 is We Who Are About to Die by Evile. I love that song. I don't know. It's when this album came out, I just kept listening to the song over and over and over, and I never get bored of it. I still don't. I'm even listening to it all week again. I still don't get bored of it. Cool. Such a great song, such a great album, and such a great song. And that's my list. It's all modern stuff, but
great list. I think I read the directions wrong.
Oh no, it's fine. You can.
There's a different spin on it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I mean, modern thrash. I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Like, really, there are a lot of old thrash bands who are back and doing well and thriving.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, why not? I agree with you totally.
Cool.
It's a good list.
Like Ken, like I probably would have had 7 or 8 like duplicates with you. But like, if I literally went with like the best, but I wanted to sort of name like that other level of like modern thrash bands that are like below them that not everybody knows. So otherwise, I would have had like so much duplication with you, like Beck and Warbringer, and like many of those would have been on my list.
I just went with those bands because that's the bands that introduced me to
nothing wrong
modern thrash. Like. Yeah. When I think of Evile, that's what I think of with these guys, like all these modern bands. The only thing I find sad is like some of these modern bands, like they've disappeared. Like Hades, they haven't had an album out in quite a while. Bonded by Blood, I don't know what's going on with them. Like, I just like I don't know if it's like you can't make a living doing this stuff or like
I think that's part of it.
Touring. I don't know. Is it because they can't? I don't get it, but
Well, I mean, if the bands are in Europe, they have a leg up versus the new bands in
True.
like Canada
Yeah,
or the US probably.
Yeah, true, true. You're
They have
right.
all the festivals like at their doorstep, right?
yeah,
Fair enough. But I just one thing I noticed, like these modern thrash bands, like the ones that started out, like with the exception of like Warbringer and Evile. I mean, Evile's still pretty active. They put out an album every few years, and Warbringer does the same. But yeah, like Havoc is hasn't had an album in a while. So I don't know. I'm hoping that these bands, go back to putting out more music.
Yeah.
I want to hear more of it to me, but that was
yeah.
cool. That was a pretty good
Great.
list. So anyone who's listening to this podcast wants to get a list of thrash bands between the three of us. We have a whole list of new and old.
There you go.
So there you go. So we're going to wrap up the episode for tonight. Next week, we will be back with our year end. And Billy here will be jumping on board with the lead on that one. So you're going to get our best of our top 15 albums of the year. So we love doing that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Jim has been making his list all year
Yeah.
long. I'm sure Billy the same.
Yeah.
I've got a list now that I'm pretty confident with. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun for next week.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if anyone wants to do their list, go ahead and share it in the comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'd love to hear from people what you think is the best albums of the year. May not be thrash. I know
Yep.
Mine,
mine's
yeah,
gonna
not all
be.
mine are going to be thrash.
Same with mine. Yeah.
Yeah, mine. Mine right off the bat. Most of it's going to be a lot of thrash, but I have a few other.
Oh yeah, lots of thrash for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
this
year for
was a
thrash.
good year for thrash.
Yeah, like last year, I think was more death metal.
Death
and
metal,
I only
yes.
have one or two death metal this year.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was the year for death metal. This year it's death metal has been okay. I don't know. I haven't found too many major standouts. Been a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun for next week. So guys, again, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys talking about Evile with me. It's a band I really like, so I'm glad we all sort of are in the same boat. We all like them and think their first album is fantastic. So with that, let's sign off, and we'll see you all next week.
Great.
All right. Have a
Good
good
night.
night.